Oh, hello again. It's Zio again. Only a few hours after doing Benimaru, we are going to cover Yashiro. I said I was gonna try to finish covering at least one per team, but I ran into this tweet from Jiyuna. Where is it? And like, for as popular as Yashiro was doing this review, I thought maybe one since KF came out, and my response was, he's kinda shit. So let's explain why Yashiro is not good. Because historically he's kinda good. Like, he's never been bad that I can think of. He's always been not top tier, but a very viable character. Not the case anymore. He's kinda boring. I suppose he's okay, but he's boring. He's boring as hell. He's got very little in the way of combos. And to be honest, I don't even like how he looks. Like, he looks worse than he looked before. I don't like his new idle stance. It's not as imposing, and I think his legs move weird. Like, he's less dynamic than he used to be. He had a way more dynamic moves. I feel like his legs are stiff when he does moves. I don't think the 3D change was good for him. He's got good stuff though. He's got some decent stuff. Speed-wise, his stuff is pretty good. Like, where is he? How much is he standing in the... First, I didn't know. For these, like, very fast 9. It's pretty good. It's got good, it's got recovery, I suppose, but pretty good. He's got this that works. He's got this only works with super actually. Oh. But it does work. So better than nothing. So Yashiro is one of the original Orochi team members, and he's got very standard stuff. Like, I suppose his biggest strength is he's rather fast. Like, rather fast normals, I suppose. Got the classic, got the 4 frame close C, and this is good for anti-air and stuff. So, and of course, you got this. That wouldn't work even if you had it, but so pointless to ramble about it. Let's just get into this mess of a character. Okay, Close A. Close A is a +4 or 5. Cancelable as always. It goes into anything that goes into lights. So basically, no. Maybe I can do it. It's hard to do. Come on. There we go. So it goes into the supers and into this move. So it is comboable, but not really a problem because too far, huh? Because it goes into close C. Of course, like not at all distances, like only point blank. But like if you get, I mean, he doesn't really have a good cross up. So this is 4 frame, but his close C is also 4 frame. So we'll see how much this is useless. Far A. Okay, Far A is weird because it's not that good for ops. But it's not that bad. Like, it goes down, but we had the fact that he's a tall character. Rather, like, it's not the tallest, but it's taller than the average. So maybe we do an early jump in. Let's do this. So like something like this will always win. If you try to do a deep jump in, it works, but no. Let's face it, no. It does hit crouchers, which is a plus, I guess. Yeah. Considering he's special cancelable, the range is okay. It will always combo into this move. No, it will always combo into EX if you want. Or stuff like that. So combos into the stuff that lights combo in. Then we have close B. This is just a neat. This is kind of slow. Like, this is 4, this is 6. No, and he's got so much pushback. Okay, for the record, plus on block, plus on block. So close B, it's kind of slow. It's still plus on block. It's still special cancelable, but like you can't get a close C because the pushback is pretty big actually. So not much use for this, to be honest. It's not even a low. I suppose if they were to do a hop, this would it. It can maybe win. Oh, too late. What am I doing? There we go. Can trade with stuff at that point. You say so. Far B on the other hand is very good. Like, okay, very good is an overstatement. It's good. It's got good range. It's terrible against jumps. It's okay against tops. Oh, no. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. So, ops is okay, jumps, not so much. If I were to do, let's do standing so I can see it better. So, like before, if you were to do an eye hitting move, like fuck, you're gonna stuff it. There we go, better. Okay, so footsies, max mode cancel, stuff like that. Yeah. Like you can get. Nah. Why am I so? What do we want to run? This. We skip the. Sadly. No two bars. No two bar spender. So, Fuzzies. Pretty large. And he hits on crouchers, so you don't have to worry about that. It's way worse for hops though. Then we have close C. He said this is 4 frames. It goes into both command normals. The lights don't go into command normals. He's got 2 command normals and they both are combo tools, so it goes into both. So you can get, from a close C, you can get whatever combo you want. Not that. And as you have seen, since it's a very high-angled hit, it's good for if people try to cross you up. It's very high. We've seen some of these from... we've seen the kick from Mai and Athena. This is probably even better because he's tall and the punch goes really high. And it's faster because it's 4 frame. So pretty good for that. The far C, probably one of his best buttons on the ground. For the simple reason that this is special cancelable. And it's cancelable into anything that heavies go into. So it's a very far poke that you can just buffer. Okay, finally it missed. This move might miss at some distances, but like, do I counter on? No. Nearly all distances it should hit. And anyway, you have this for safety. Doesn't go into command normals, but you don't need to. Like, you're buffering something into this here. Just buffer the right move. And then we have standing D. Okay, standing D, close D, stand guard, right? This is a low. Surprisingly, it's a low. It doesn't look like a low, but it is a low. It's 6 frames. It is, of course, is like meterless. The most damage you can do is from this, specifically this, or you can go. This is the lowest damage, but like you're standing. Now it's got the problem that it doesn't hit on crouchers. Sorry, this is doing standing C, close C, close D. So it's got the problem that it doesn't have very long activation range. I'm basically in his face. Close C, yes. Close D, no. So just if you're sure from a jump in, you can go into this. But if not, don't do it. And then you have far D, which is very fast for a far D that does this angle. It's an anti-air, like very good. This was the move that was beating so far pretty much everything. Oh. Like at 9 frames, this is a good reaction anti-air. The move, the recording I have from Yori is supposed to be the most anti-air that are not actually anti-airs. And this is working pretty well. If anything, I'm doing it too soon. Okay, so it doesn't need crouchers. It does move you forward a little, but the interesting part is if I keep doing it, I can never get into close D range. Even if it's moving me forward, once I am at the top of close D, at the limit of close D activation, it doesn't work. It doesn't move forward anymore. So you can exactly see what's the activation range for close D. And close C will activate. This is not special cancelable in any way, but it is like pretty much the same range as B, maybe a little more. No, pretty much the same. This is yeah, the same. So this is higher, this is lower. This is 6, this is 9. This is a good anti-air for jumps. This is kinda works on ops, but it's faster. Like play fuzzies. You do the fuzzies with this. And now we have CD. CD the shoulder. It's not bad. Like it moves you forward, and it's got very little recovery. You don't really get combos from it. Like you don't have a cancel that can send you into a combo. But it recovers so fast that you can easily run up and at least sweep. Like that's not hard at all. And then he missed it. That's not hard at all. I missed it. And as you might have noticed, ping, pong, this can be even at certain distances. Max distance is even plus. It's very active. So it's not that bad of a move, honestly. Problem is, the range is deceptively small. Like, you would expect more range on this. This was actually very good in 98 as your blowback. So in 98 blowbacks. A lot of meter in 98 goes into blowbacks. More than combos. in 2002. I used to play him in 2000. I can play him a little in 2002 because he's got very easy max mode that I can do. So I learned him for that. Now, crouching. Oh, okay. For the record, this is minus, and this is plus. So this is close D as advantages, and yes, the other two. Okay. Crouching A. This is pretty far. And you can cancel this into pretty much any other light. Pam 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 pa 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 pa. Like classic light connections. Now, you kinda need this because this is your cancelable light. As speed goes, this your it's basic 5 frames. So, but it's not a low. So you usually would go B A A. Why do we go B A A? Let's talk about crouching B. Crouching B doesn't link into itself. Can go into any A. But it cannot go into anything else. So you usually the light confirm is B A A B B, or at bigger distance B A into stuff. Luckily, B and A are pretty much the same distance. So okay. So where one works, the other works. So you always should have at least 2. Unless you're max ranging, like if you're doing it max range, good job, but this doesn't cancel, so why? If you're max ranging, you always go A. So they work together, but B in itself is not that good. They both 5 frames, so this is minus, and this is even. So it was plus. So basically you have stuff. Now, crouching C, this is probably the MVP. This is your Mexican uppercut. Goes very high. You have basically nothing on your head, and the best part is, let's show you with this. No, because this is +4. This is 5 frames. It is super fast. This is as fast as this. It's as fast as any of his light normals. Very fast. So jumping on Yashiro, it's hard. You've seen he's got this, what is it? D if you want. Like D is good, but it gets outclassed very easily. D is better for something like this, stopping them when they start. Oh. While this is always good. 5 frames is very good. Okay, this does combo into command normals and stuff, if you want, but you're not gonna use it to poke because the risotto range, it's not bad. Okay, it's not the worst, but where that hits, this hits, and this hits way farther. So standing C is better for buffering in neutral. This is I use this as an anti-air, like a DP. Right, because his DP is not very good actually. Like actually they can be used as a... So you have this problem with the DP. We'll talk about it later. The DP is not very good. ADP is okay. If I get... Because it's faster. CDP, it's terrible, honestly. It's too slow. Now, I'll explain what's happening there later. And then we have is crouching D, also very fast. This is one hit on hit, but on block it's two. And the pushback is monstrous. Look at that. As range goes, nearly around start. It's pretty good. And we said it's fast. And it's super safe because it got super pushback on block. So you can safely throw this out. Like if they jump this, you kinda get stuffed because it's a long duration move, so you have a lot of recovery on whiff. But like they need to hop over it. So you know, how much does that happen? Like if they're in up range, why would you be pressing this? Usually you do. You press this from a block string. Anyway, pretty good. Also 9, no, maybe 10 frames. Also, it is cancelable. Okay, doesn't combo into anything because it's a DP. So it's a sweep. But like, this means you can make it safe. Make it safe is a big word. Like, I don't think it's a bad DP. Well, like, I need to check this card. There was not a reversal. Okay. So guard reversal, make him block. Ah, sorry. Alright. It's a true block swing. I don't know why if you whiff the second hit, it's worst. If you whiff the second hit, they can literally jump on you. They can hop on you. Let me take a Yashiro actually, and make him do this, so I can show you what I mean. We now my recording. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was very slow. For example. So you see the problem with this. Maybe we can even get the C. Okay, I can't get the C. That would be nice. You have time to block if they hop. But people might have punish. Like, despite how it looks, this is not a very good punish usually. This is not a good punishing move, so. In that case, it's better that if you probably cancelled into something, not this, not this. Like, the problem is into what? There's a lot of his. What does he have that is safe? Ah, into a command normal. Okay. And then we have jumping. Okay. This is bad. Yashiro has only one cross up and it's not very good. So let's start. A, jump in. Pretty good. Nothing to say. You can use it to jump in, basically. That's pretty much it. Doesn't cross up. It does it. Let's put you crouching so it's better. Does it nice and deep so it's good against crouching opponent. But other than that, me. Catching B. this is another move that doesn't need crouches ever. Does not have a cross-up hitbox either. The only thing is good. I suppose you can guess it from how it looks, but air to air. Very simple. Upwards angled, so if you're hopping and they're jumping, you beat them instead of losing like most of the time. Let's do like this. No, sorry. Okay, so he's jumping, I'm hopping. If you press first, but in general, if I'm counter jump into... Oh! Bam. Letting go first. Ah! Bam. Okay. Simple as that. It's your air to air. Very simple. Then we have jump C. Okay, jump C is the only cross up here. First of all, it's a jump in. It's the only cross up he has, and it's terrible as a cross up. Like, the hitbox as a cross up, it's small as hell. So, if I do this, kinda works better on crouches. But it needs to. The only way it needs cross up is if you see he's shoving his arm down. So it only needs cross up when the arm is down, when the punch is down. And the problem is, works better on Yashiro. Excellent. On a lot of characters, let's go back to Iori and I'll show you why it's not good. So we take Iori, which is a more standard size enemy. And suddenly we are struggling to get plus frames. Like on a standing, getting plus frame. Oh, I did it. Trust me, it's not very good. It's kinda hard to hit. Well. But I have been in training mode with him for a while now, so I suppose I got it down. From hops, fuck me. Like from hops is basically impossible. From full jumps it works. Because the full jump, the angle of the full jump helps. From hops, oh my god, that is so hard. I don't even know if I can from hops. I'm assuming it's possible, but I haven't been able to do it. Or maybe I did it once. No. Ah, there we go. Did I hop or jump? Oh god. Anyway, hard, not easy. And then you have jump D, which is your common jump in, like it's the one you use the most, because even if it, as a jump in is worse than both A and C. A and C are very good for like as normal jump ins, they're very good. D is a little worse because if you do it too early, it's hard to hit crouches. Not too hard, honestly. But like this is where you would press for a combo, so it does it, but it can whiff. But it's not that hard to, it's not that easy to whiff, so you use this a lot, because this is also good air to air, because it's very horizontal, and it's really fast. If you notice, it's coming out super fast. Okay, so... It's good. Probably is better button. Best air button, sorry. And this is probably his worst air button. No, not his worst. I'd say his worst is this. It's kinda shit. It's got one use. And like with all the anti-air option Yashiro has, using this doesn't happen that much. Now, jump CD. It's the classic air-to-air jump CD, but even if it looks very angled, it can hit crouchers. It's not even that hard, you just need to time it right. He's got a lot of active frames. Like, most of his stuff has a lot of active frames. This has a lot of active frames, this has a lot of active frames. So, it's kinda easy to use his normals. His normals are not hard to use. Which I suppose it's one of it's his strength, like this and the fact that some of them are very fast. This is very fast, this is... For the average at the move, like standing D, crouching D are very fast. This is medium speed, I suppose it's not one of the fastest CDs, but it's not slow per se. Comes out pretty fast. And the ones that are not fast are active. So, oh, this is disgustingly fast. So the normals that are not fast are very active, and even then they are still pretty fast. Like, this is pretty fast for a jumping D, honestly. How much is this? This is 8 frames. 8 frames is very fast for a jumping D. 8, 9 with a million active frames. This is active all the way down. So, decent normal, like, they're not the dominant normals you would expect, like the ones that are plus or they have humongous range. But they have a lot of speed, and there are long ones like 1 and 2. This is pretty good, like. And you have good jumping normals, like none of them is terrible, just you're a little fucked on the cross-ups from hops. Which is kinda something that... I suppose it's more of something that mix-up characters, split characters have, like you've seen Maya and Athena have those things, while he's more of a power character, so he's not very focused on these kind of things, on cross-ups. Now, sadly, it's the sad part is that game plan doesn't really work in this game. Anyway, command normals we have 2. Boom, forward A, bonk. If you notice, Yori is standing up to block because this, if not cancelled, is an overhead. If no, not guard all, sorry, guard. So this is an overhead. Of course, if cancelled, is nothing. But he's got... it's also an OTG. So if I do something that... No, not this. Will I have enough frames for this? No. Okay, run this. Boom. Okay. So it can hit OTG on certain knockdown. Basically supers. It can hit OTG off his supers. And this, I guess. But I don't think I would use this because I would prefer this for damage, maybe. Though it does have the advantage that you are in pressure range if you use this. So he's good. He has a few things where he can sacrifice damage for a hard knockdown right in your face. What else do we have? Ah, sorry, forward B. Okay, forward B is like the one Benimaru has, so this is cancelable even if it's alone. Unlike Benimaru, these combos, and it's more damage than doing forward A. So this is 113, this is 120 something, 127. Yeah, I was right. So technically your max damage is close into this, into whatever. It's your max damage opener. So if you get a jump in, you try to go into that. Better. How to use them? I said these are red. Like if you can, always go into this. Because both have a lot of pushback on it. So for example, if you take his DP doesn't combo from either of them. The only way to combo into DP is close C, not even. This DP is fucking useless, it's just in the corner. We'll get to that, it's terrible. Okay. Other than that, and then we have the special moves. Okay, let's start with this one since we have crouching and we have guard. So we have this Superman Punch. You can use this in combos, but in general, this is an overhead. It's the same as his forward A as ending move, I suppose. Ah no, forward A is with the other foot. So this is an overhead, both of them. B version, this is 214, B and D. B goes close. If you use this in a block string, you can be interrupted. This is not a real block string. This reversal on guard. Hey, can we? Can you get it as fucking reversal, please? There you go. So of course, this happens. And D goes farther, and as you can see, I am going over a crouching opponent. No, not forward. Ah, for the love of God! Oh, aren't we blocking? Because that's so low. So it still works. These are minus, so it's not like you cancel into these to be safe. Basically, you can't cancel in any of his special to be safe, because all his special are unsafe. That's the only non-unsafe one is this, that is not a combo special. Anyway, so we have the overhead. Now, we're making crouch and we use EX, and we miss. EX is not an overhead. So what is EX for? EX goes through firebolts. Now, okay, he's got the normal fireball, so... Sorry. So this time also goes through fireball, but... Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's change to a fireball very quickly. God damn it. Andrew. Let's do a fast fireball. Okay, I cannot jump. This is D, doesn't jump over. This is B, doesn't jump over. Goes through. So he's got a little bit of fireball invincibility. If you do it too early, you get it. Well, still going over because it goes higher, but... Aye! You see? Okay. So that's the whole point of the move. It goes over. Andy, do you have a hard knockdown that I can use? So I don't have to cancel? No. Did Shinzanaken? Ah, crap. Can you roll? Hey. Whatever, I just go back to Yoi for now. He's the rival. And I already know what to do to set it up. Okay, so this is his only kick special. He's a punch, but you use kicks. So overhead for the normal versions. EX is not an overhead. but it does go over firebolts, and as you have just seen, not fast enough. What do I use here? Ah, TP. Too slow. You can, like, if you hit with this, it ground bounces, so you can do some combos. That doesn't combo. What the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't know if there are ways to combo into this, honestly. But if you hit it raw, you get a DP. No. Not this. Do you get anything else? Yeah. Brain. You can get a brain. No, only DP. Only light DP or EX DP. Like, better than nothing because this doesn't do. It only does 80. These do this, the 100, the 120. Okay. Special number 2. The base combo tool. 214A and 214C. Now, you are not really going to use C. C is only good in the core. Like, C only works from heavies. And you're not going to use it outside of the corner because outside of the corner you don't really want to go into that. You prefer going into this for damage. Or this. In the corner this does allows for a combo, so you do this one. Combos into DP. Well, let's combo. This is the one that goes into D? No. What does go into D? I don't remember first. Right, I'm drawing a blank. I remember later. Okay. So, the basic of this movie is you can get it from lights. You can get the A from lights, and you can always get the EX. And then you have a juggle that you can juggle with the forward B. Remember, the forward B is cancelable, so this is a basic example of the combo that gives you the. It can be that for the hard knockdown. It can be this for damage, and it can be this for being stupid. Maybe the wrong move. And this for corner carry. The damage between the three is not that different, so you kinda choose what you like more. What situation you want to have. That is literally it for the move. Right? It doesn't have any special property outside. The light combos from lights. You don't have anything else that combos. The only other thing that combos from lights are supers. And again, if you're doing light, if you want to go into super, why not do this? Okay, maybe not that, but just go into this, then super. Maybe in time. There is no point. It does combo from this. No. No. From full distance, stand 8 will always combo full. Okay. So this is your combo, your meterless, easier meterless move, your combo starter with the EX. Like if you have bar to spend, that's usually your spender. And then you have seen me do this dash move, which is, where are you? What are you called? Jet counter. So this is a half circle, so it's 4 to 6. With A, and with C. So the A is the weakest version, but it does combo from heavies. The C is the most damaging version, but it does combo from nothing. You only use it in juggles. So you see me do this. In this case, both combo. This is A, and this is C. But C is more damage, so you use C. And then they have two follow-ups. So the A follow-up is a punch that it's plus on it. It's minus on block, by the way. And the C follow-up is a launcher that basically only gives you stuff in the corner or when you're already launched. And when you're not retarded. Too far. Let's see. No, D, what am I doing? Sorry. Babe, didn't work? Huh. Maybe something else. I don't remember what goes into D in the corner. Drawing a blank right now. We'll figure it out later. Other than that, the EX version. So the EX version has both follow-ups, but the A follow-up becomes a hard knockdown. So good for corner carry, all corner carry. Right, the C follow-up will allow for more juggles. If you haven't used the B, the forward B move, it will juggle. There is a problem that doesn't it, but if I do it here, it does. If I have a little more air time, it does. This cannot... the follow-up don't come out on whiff. No matter how hard you try. They do come out on block. And they're both minus on block. Punishable, kinda. If they know the punish, they can punish you. What else? And then we have the worst DP in the world. So he has this move that is a DP motion, so he's a 6-2-3. A version is fast, C version is slow, my board like 68 versus 78. Basically you can never combo this, but at least this cancels, unlike many other DPs we've seen recently. So when do you use this? Fucking never. So these are technically reversal in the sense that they are frame 1 armor. They don't have invincibility. They're frame 1 upper body armor. So there are problems with this move as a reversal. Okay, I need to do it and then block. If you hit too late with the C1, you armor and then they block, and then you get punished. And you can have the same problem with the A1. Of course, A starts faster, is faster, so it's easier to hit. Second problem. That we can do better. We can both be more meaty. Yes, this is very meaty. Look at this reversal. Oops. Since it's not invincible, I'll do EX. It's beaten by lows. Real, like, low lows, because Yori has this that is still a low. Like, if I do... It's not like this is not a sweep. You still need to block low, but... It's very... we can do better. Too soon. Too soon. Come on. it will work on sweeps that hit low. So another example should be Andy, like we had before, right? I don't know what's the hard knockdown on Andy. Never mind. We do it where we don't. So it does work on stuff, but it is a dangerous reversal. And it does combo in the corner from, at least the A version combos from the C. What is this called? 2-1 for A. Missile Might Bash. Blech. Did you do all the specials? Ah, the EX version is just literally speed and damage. And much better. Oh. You can combo, you have combo conversions from this. Yeah, we took from C2 actually. If you can hit the C, you should be able to. Let's do it from here. So you can do, what can you combo into? No. Sorry. Nada me that. There you go. You can combo into that. And you can do stuff with it. You can spend bars. Pointless to spend bars on this. I guess. That's not very good damage, let's face it. But it's better than nothing. His combos are kinda eh. Did we miss any special? I don't believe so. So we have the two supers. This is not a reversal. It's 56, 226, A or C. It's just a punch, it's fast, it juggles like. But you don't get extra damage for charging, this is always 180. What you get for charging is... Ah! They took it out? How about the EX? Ooh. That's shite. This used to be an unblockable. If you charge it all, it used to be unblockable. So now it's just pointless. Now you just... Basically now the only reason to charge is to get the right juggle. But your other super is better. This is better damage. Always. And pretty much they combo from the same stuff. Like... How to put it? If you combo from... Sorry. And you don't suck. If you don't suck balls, this is easier to hit full, so 353, right? Oh. This will miss some hits. This can miss some hits or all hits. Actually, so it's... So you lost some damage, and the only way to get that one to it fully is to not do the follow-up. Which means you lost damage. And if you do the A follow-up, the A follow-up, you can do the kick super into level 2 punch. Yeah, but it's better to do the other way around. It's better to do this because it's more damage. So, yeah, for that, I would say in general this is the outclass super. it's harder to call. You need to be more careful when you time it if you want to cancel into climax. Uh, so basically, the main reason you have this is fuck me. Because this misses. If this didn't miss, I probably would only use those for the other one for cancel. Oh. What am I doing? This doesn't even it. So you can go. You can't use the A. You can in a corner. Well, like. Wrong one. My brain. Huh? So maybe you can't actually. So the kick super. This is the other super is 236 with kicks. It does more damage. So unless you're doing just punch before punch and super. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't add damage to. You can do it from grounded. So, but again, if you do from grounded, why not do this? It's more damage. Like there is no real reason to use the punch super outside of level 1 into level 2. Sorry, level 2 into level 1 into level 3 you would do this. So I suppose if you want to do this. Oh, too soon. Whatever. So like, eh. Now this super is the not only the better damage one. Do we still have the recording from before? Well, I just lost it, so. Ah! Brain! But this is also your extra reversal. These are both, this is invincible on level 1 and level 2. Now of course the other one that is invincible is his climax, because all climax have invincible startup. Oh yeah, it's very super. So, what are his combos? We talked about it already. So from lights, meterless, you basically only get this. And it's kinda shit. From heavies, you can get meterless, you can get this, is the easy version. But of course you get more damage if you use not the A, please, use A. This is the most damage you can get, 240. And I would say this is probably the best situation you can get, because you're plus very close to them, but you lose damage. So basically CN, therefore, not real counter. Real counter is Blue Mary. What the fuck is parry something? Jet counter, not real counter. So the C follow-up for jet counter is your max damage. Yeah, the kick one is invulnerable. Kick super is invulnerable from frame 1. Is your reversal. On the other hand, fuck! Ah, this works too. Why am I missing it? Let's do something with more active frames. That's a stupid idea. Oh. Oh. Record. Go. There we go. This is better. I suppose this is frame 1 invincible, but it has invisibility less nothing. Because if I do the same with kick super. Hey, if I get the kick super as a reversal. I don't know why the B was failing, but kick super is invincible for sure. Punch super is weird. Maybe he's got first frame, just the invincibility of the first frame on the activation, that's why the crouching B was missing. Anyway. Ah, sorry, climax. So climax is this, right? Punch, pim, 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 meme pose, punch. But actually, this is not a punch. This is a fireball. It's a slow fireball that is full screen, and if it connects, it always does full animation. The problem is, like, this is very slow as a fireball, so you're not gonna punish stuff. It's not exactly the supers you see with Benimaru. Like, Benimaru's climax is, okay, punish. Mai's climax is, punish, immediately. This is more similar to Athena. It's a slow fireball. So, going back to combos, from heavies we said, this is max damage, you can keep them standing. Remember, you can do close A into close C for what it's worth. And then we start spending meter, which we kinda need to. So spending meter is usually, regardless of what you're doing, you're spending meter on this dual thing. Fucking missile might by the bash. So this works from light and from heavy. So I suppose from heavies you have these. You can do this, but it's not worth it because you don't get a follow-up. With this you always get a forward B follow-up. And forward B we said we juggle and it can cancel. So you have the same options as before for enders. Oh. You can do 2 on 4D for hard knockdown. Medium damage. So this is middle of the pack damage. 255. We done 255 from 3 lights. You can do C missile bash into C follow-up for 263. This is your max damage. So the missile bash C works only for these things, for juggles. And finally, you can do for corner carry again, C into A follow-up. This goes very far. Now, if you want to spend the second bar, you don't use the forward kick because you can still juggle here if you don't use it. So what you do is just pam pam pam. And this is pretty much your max damage from 1 bar. There are no variation because again, this DP kinda sucks and you're basically never in range for it. Now, in the corner we have seen the meterless from heavies. You can use the missile might bash, becomes useful. So you can do 1, 2, 3 into this. But for using meter, I'm drawing a blank. Let's check. You can get a combo into... Ah, wait. Actually, maybe it's just... Maybe I'm tripping. Oh. Let me think. Let me check actually. Why think when we can check? So you can get standing D in the corner usually. Right now I'm blanking on how. What is the sequence? Yeah, we know this one. How do you get the standing C in the corner? Ah, there you go. Alright, I'm an idiot. I wasn't thinking. So T. Ah, it's the only reason this move exists. You can go into DP from like same things you do mid screen, but instead of closing into this or into another this, you just go into DP. Specifically CDP, and you can get a D. So before we did this, right? Ah, man, I am I'm an idiot. Whatever. If I do it right. I get a D. Huh? So instead of juggling into the heavy overhead juggling, but if you are looking at the numbers, that's not much damage. Like you don't gain much in the corner. You gain the DPs, but like look how, so for 1 bar mid screen I'm doing 320 for 1 bar corner. Ah, fell off too soon. Sometimes I wish I didn't have brain problems. You got 10 more damage. So this is kind of depressing. 280. This is like the only time you gain something. Now, you can always, so from these combos you've seen, you can always go into super. So if you close any combo into jet counter, no, I need the juggle, sorry. If you close a juggle combo into jet counter, you can do this ender and say submitter. Now, if you take them to the corner, since the supers are hard knockdowns, you still have, if you haven't forgotten, for a day that is an OTG, so ah, stupid. Let's start with the one we do all the time. Forward B. Then forward A. Ah, too slow. I missed it. I'm terrible at this. Oh, for the oh god. I'm doing it wrong. Ah, too late. Brain, please work. I'm depressed by my inability to be a decent player. Here. Okay, let's do the other one, it's easier. Oh, forward B. Boom. Boom. OTG. You can get it from forward punch too, from the punch super too, but A, I'm stupid, B, the timing is harder. So every time you get the super in the corner, where they're not too far, you can OTG it. If you get it mid-screen, they fuck off to Narnia, so you can't get it. Oh, for the love of God! Why did I do that? Ah, that didn't work. Level 2 will work, if I'm correct. If I get it out. Bim! Bam! Boom. This. That's it. And of course you can cancel it again. But that's pretty much everything for his combos. Like you can add in combos, you can add the XDP, you add the XDP and you get a little more damage if you want. Like there's juggles in the corner. Actually there's juggles in the corner where you do a lot of these. So it's C from there. Actually, I don't need that, I can just go. Shouldn't I be able to... Fuck! What was the follow-up? I know there are combos where... I've seen combos where you juggle this move a lot. Actually, I don't know them. What I can give you is the basics. You can search them. If I'm correct, if I remember correctly, you can juggle a few of these in the corner when you spend meter the correct way. But yeah, that's Yashiro. Like, he's weaker than he usually is. Okay, it hasn't been in a lot of games. Been 97, 98, 2002. Sure, 98 and 2002 have a million versions, especially in 98 there's like 3 versions. You have Vanilla, you have Unlimited. How many versions 98 are there? 3, 4? Whatever. But I am not a fan. Like, Jiyuna is asking why everybody was hyped for this guy and now nobody's playing. He's kinda shit. Like, the stuff that he's good at, it's stuff that it's not fun. First of all. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's not fun. His combos are kinda basic. It's hard to get damage mid-screen, meterless, but he doesn't get like it's not a good meter spender either. Like you don't gain these amazing damage for spending meter. Like 263 is so it's hard to really it's hard to promote this guy, sadly. I'm not a fan. And I don't like how he looks. I think they didn't... Like, his model is good. And he's very fluid, but his animations are not as cool as they used to be. I think his legs are too stiff in his animation compared to 2002. His pose is not nice. I kinda like the old way his jacket worked. People don't like that, but I liked how Yashiro looked. He had a menacing pose, like his head was more down, and especially when he does this move, how he moves the legs in this move, it's not the same. Like he used to put more oomph into this move, into all his punchy moves. Like meh. Okay, this. It's very well animated. It never does the same punch twice in this move. Even into level 2. If you look, it is never the same attack twice, I think. But I think his legs are not... I don't want to say fluid. I want to say they're not... they don't convey the same level of power they used to. So yeah, Yashiro is okay. I don't think he's bad. I think he's kind of boring. That's my main gripe with him. I think he's boring. Like 98 is good. Orochi in both versions, like both in 98 and in 2002, or his Orochi version is better technically. He's got the same normals, but he's a grappler, a very strong grappler. I liked playing him in 2002. In UM, I was kind of happy that I learned him because if you could get his max mode was easy. But like, eh, kind of disappointed in this character. I was kind of when he got announced. I said, if he's good, he can get a spot on the team. He was not good, and now he's basic Yashiro. Yeah, basic. Okay, so this is in response to Jiyuna asking why nobody plays him. He basic. It's not fun. I don't find him fun to play at all. You have, like, I gotta say that the fact that you have a good choice for your ender combo could be considered a good thing. Like what do you want? You want corner carry, you want damage, you want a hard knockdown. Like if you had a better cross up, the hard knockdown would be an interesting choice. But he doesn't. These crosses up. It's hard to cross up as a hop. It's I don't know. I don't know about Yashiro. Not my cup of tea. So we'll see what happens soon, but for now, not interested. I think he needs a better cross up at least. And maybe more damage, I don't know. Like, if I am correct, this used to be an overhead. But there's this fact that he doesn't have, like, everything he does is very unsafe. Like, this is the only safe option he has, and he doesn't combo. I suppose this is good. The fact that his far C is a very far C, and you see it and you can cancel into it. You can kinda confirm it, honestly. Probably the best feature. But yeah, this is all for Yashiro. If you want to request characters, remember my Twitter is there, and you can find me on a certain amount of Discords, Coffee and Combo, Mash those buttons, and FGC Hollywood primarily, and on Twitter there. So this is all for Yashiro. Next time, Ryo Sakazaki, Robert, we'll see.